What's up, Wikimaniacs? On today's episode, we have a husband who doesn't plan on being monogamous, a Christmas present that destroys a relationship, OP's sister gets caught breaking the law, a Tinder date gets reported to the FBI, and a creepy doll becomes too much for OP. For the Patreon exclusive stories, we have an OP who takes a girl's phone at a sleepover, and a roommate makes a piss-poor decision. If those sound interesting to you and you want day early and ad-free episodes, head on over to patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network. Reddit on Wiki starts now.
Get therapy.
I'm not reading.
Get therapy.
What is up, Wikimaniacs? It's your boy Josh here, welcoming you back for episode number 2 of the Am I the Asshole series of 2024. I have, of course, got my two co-hosts, the beautiful, the handsome, John and Sean Consignato.
I like that. I saw you looking at a camera a little bit when you were introducing us, so I'm also going to look at the camera. What's up, Wikimaniacs? What's up?
God,
I know this made you feel
looking
uncomfortable.
at y'all's screen, look at the camera is so haunting. I gotta say, don't love it.
We did that in one of our episodes in December when we stared at the camera, and a lot of people were like, I'm just trying to take a bath while listening. Please leave me alone.
Oh my God. Imagine watching this video and then we look at the fucking screen while you're showering. Terrible.
And then I say, I think I said, why are your pants off or something too? So just to make it a little extra.
God damn it. Never again.
For some people, it was like the Truman Show.
Do it
They were
again.
No. I gotta say, Wikimaniacs, how you liking that new song?
Yeah. Good call out, because I forgot to mention it even in the first episode because I had been working on it a little bit over the break. And yeah, we got new song. I'm sure it's divisive as hell, but let us know what you guys think.
The Civil War was bad.
Yeah, I thought it was a good middle. You know, it's a different song. We took Shia out, which was the main issue, I think.
The main issue for sure.
And then we got all John and Sean's catchphrases in there. It was good. I liked it.
Plus it's 2024, you know, new year, new us. Kinda.
Exactly.
It's crazy that we couldn't include Josh's only catchphrase because it's within the first 30 seconds of the episode. We can't just say fuck right in the front of it. So
Yeah.
that one's tough.
I mean, in the original one, I did say expert in fucking, I don't know, or something like that. Oh,
that's true. You did say that.
But it was like disguised enough that I think we got away with it. YouTube didn't know for over a year. So
got one on them.
I didn't know if we could do it again because the music isn't as overpowering as the previous one. So I left that one out. I thought safely so. But anyway, let us know what you think about them. But with all of that out of the way, are you boys ready to hop into today's episode? We got some good ones today, boys. We got some good ones.
Ready?
Which one of these is AI, John? You ready?
I don't fucking know, brother.
It could be now. He could be doing it now.
I'm so exhausted. I can't think right now.
I need you.
I've been exhausted. I've been having trouble sleeping. That's been my issue for 2 days. I just have not been able to fall asleep. I don't know if it's the new year or what it is, or just stress of the new year. I have no idea.
Oh God, I hope that changes.
I do too.
Sounds awful.
I rise up from the grave like the Undertaker, man. These damn ADHD pills. I had to up my freaking dosage because I'm just busy as hell at work now. So I'm taking hella 40 milligrams right now. So 4 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock, I just get up. I'm like, let's go. Let's get the day started.
I'm awake.
I'm awake. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So that means I fall asleep like by like 8:30 or 9 o'clock like a damn old person.
All right. Well, we better get into these stories. We got a couple hours left. So the first one here, cross-posted by ZMitch8.
Goats.
One of the goats.
Goated.
And the title for this one is, Am I the Asshole for Telling My Wife that I don't plan to be monogamous to her for the time being? And Sean, you're up first this episode.
It's wife, right? Not fiance. It's straight up wife.
Wife, yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. I gotta say, yeah, because you're telling and not asking.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. What are you saying, John?
Did they open up the relationship or something for for him to prompt saying that I'm not going to be monogamous?
We
to
don't
you
know.
This
We
time?
don't know.
I can't give that information away.
For the sake of being united, I'm going to go with my brother. I'll say yes.
Unity.
Asshole. Yes.
All right. So my wife and I were separated for 6 months on her wishes. Let's just say both of us are at fault, but that's not relevant. And then he doesn't actually go into the reasons they actually split. So
Okay.
who knows what their actual reason is? Later on, I found out she was having sex a few months into separation, and I called her in anger. She told me that we never talked about exclusivity in separation, and if I want her to stop, she will. And then in brackets, he says they didn't actually talk about that. I thought about it and told her to do whatever she wanted. It's not like she can unfuck the man, and if she had sex one time, it's not different from having sex more than one time. I started dating again too.
Debatable.
And I'm kind of in.
I mean, I'd much rather just be one time.
True, that's fair. I guess
I'd
it's
rather it be no time.
Well, yeah, but if
Unless
it's
it's
one
been
or
discussed.
multiple, I'd go
yeah,
one.
it's the same to you. Yeah, that's fair. I agree with that. I think I started dating again too, and I am kind of in a relationship with a woman, and there are romantic feelings. We are not exclusive though. She can date other people, and I can too. This is reminding me of that one story where the one girl was like, "My boyfriend and I haven't talked in 6 months, and I now have a new boyfriend."
Yeah.
Okay, so he goes on to say, "My wife wants to reconcile now as she has worked on her issues and she is going to therapy. I am open to it as there are kids involved and I see a genuine change in her. We can make it work, but I am now in love with this other woman too, and I want her involved in my life." So I was upfront with my wife. I'm willing to work on our relationship, but I'm not willing to let go of my girlfriend. Seems like I don't know. What do you guys think of that?
At this point, you just gotta break up, man, or you gotta divorce completely. This is your heart is with someone else already.
Yeah. Again, I don't really just like, I don't understand open. I'm understanding of, but I do not understand open relationships. Like, it just
Right.
could not be me. Like, I'm way too jealous. Admittedly so. You know what? Like, because to me, it's all or nothing. It's hard for marriage, which is such, in my eyes, such a big thing to be kind of in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Like
that's
finding
fair.
a middle ground. Like, if you want to break, then we are breaking for real, for real.
Gotcha.
I'm the same way.
Okay, so she said she never had sex after I called her that time as she thought it would hurt our reconciliation if that happened. She even showed me the message to the guy about never contacting her again and blocking him 1 hour after I called her. I told her that she can't unfuck the guy, so it's not relevant to that she stopped. I love my girlfriend and I like her company. She asked me how long am I planning to see her, and I told her as long as I can. She is not a fling. I love her and I can't just discard her, nor do I want to. I don't plan to build a family with my girlfriend, and neither does she. I just want her company. I want to build back my family with my wife, but I want my girlfriend too.
Ugh.
My wife protested, but I told her that she was the one who wanted separation, so she can't expect me to not fall in love with someone else. So here we stand. I do want reconciliation, but I won't stop seeing my girlfriend. I love my wife and I love my girlfriend. I don't plan to choose. My girlfriend is okay with me reconciling with my wife, so am I the asshole?
I'm
I'm
torn in this one.
It's like we've definitely had worse people, for sure. This is like a tricky one, but I if I have to say yes or no, I think yes,
Okay.
because it seems like, and this is probably at fault. You mentioned it. It's both y'all's fault that the separation is a thing. But maybe some ground rules for something like this. Ground rules need to be made. You know what I'm saying? Prior.
Right.
She did not know the ground rules. And again, that's, she willfully did not know the ground rules. So she made her decision too. You know what I mean? She's not completely
Yeah.
innocent in this. But I mean, there were no ground rules set until something happened and she realized you got mad over something. This feels like a classic case of like, what kind of cheating is worse, a fling or emotional? You know what I mean? Like which one is yeah, which they're both terrible, but which one is worse is kind of like judging who's
Gotcha.
the asshole here. But I will say, I do think you are the asshole. I mean, I think everyone kind of sucks here, and that's probably the way that this story is really going to go. I think everyone is the asshole here. But, you know, if the question is specifically, are you the asshole? I say, yeah.
Yeah, this reminds me of like a Ross and Rachel situation where
I was
they
thinking
didn't
that too.
understand the whole the situation, but I'm gonna pivot, and you like how I snuck that in there. Pivot.
Wow.
But you know, I really think I'm more leaning to everyone does suck here. Granted, she did. Okay, so she did sleep with another person, right? And when she found out, like, hey, the husband was not happy about that, like, she stopped. But they both suck because they went on that break without communicating and establishing ground rules. Like, hey, are we gonna be on a break? And what's like the limitations of what we can do? Are we just separated and not seeing anybody? Are we just working on ourselves? Type of shit. So for that reason, they both suck. And I think him finding love was a reactionary response to finding out she was hooking up with someone else, and it just circumstance kind of just happened that he
Agreed.
ended up falling in love with someone else. So
Right.
had they talked beforehand, that thing could have been remedied. And it sounded like she did take the steps to get herself better. It sounded like their reconciliation might be part of the picture. But at this point, it sounds like his heart is with someone else, like I mentioned earlier. If y'all just doing this for the kids right now, do the amicable thing and separate
Split.
like completely, and just and work on work together, just so you guys can co-parent to benefit your kid, instead of having to try to, you know, reconcile a love that is split between two women, essentially.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I agree with you guys 100%. Like, and I mean, he didn't know that she stopped talking to the guy until later on. So him like finding that relationship and stuff, I think is perfectly valid, and he was fair to do that based on all the information he had. But yeah, as you guys have said, if they have communicated even in the slightest, this could have been avoided. So yeah, for that reason, I think everyone sucks. And Reddit was torn between everyone sucks and asshole, which I think is fair. I think that's kind of where we're at. We're like, yeah, you are an
Yeah.
asshole, but also, you know, for the
Everyone
lack of
is
communication, she also kind of sucks. And putting your kids through this, kind of everyone sucks in that scenario.
Agreed.
Signal lower score this said they're just drawing out the inevitable divorce and making it as painful and messy as possible.
Yeah.
I feel sorry
Yep.
for their kids. And then Movie Night Popcorn said he can want a polyamorous relationship, but ultimately that requires agreement from his wife. If she does not want a poly relationship, it will not happen, and he will have to choose what path forward is best, staying with his wife or separating permanently to stay with his girlfriend. And that's where I think he's the biggest asshole, is at the end when he's like, I don't want to choose. Like,
yeah. It
Well,
reminded
you're
me
a fucking
of
adult. Choose.
another sitcom, New Girl, whenever Schmidt is dating his college girlfriend, Aunt
Oh.
Cece.
You
And
can
his-
have two wives.
Yeah. Wait.
You get
so
one
you broke
wife.
up with Cece. Oh, so you broke up with her. So you broke up with Cece? So you can't have two. Men can't have two wives.
So good. That's where I think he's the biggest asshole, is just not wanting to make a decision.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can still reconcile, be friends, and still be broken up, and you know, have a good
Co-parents.
relationship that way, and co-parent, right? So why try and make it as messy as possible so that
Yeah.
co-parenting will be more difficult?
I think we
Um,
got it from the start. Whenever, I was like, asshole for telling and not really asking her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
We got a point regardless, brother.
You did. Well, I mean, neither of you got the point technically, but
I mean,
When nobody
he was
wins,
also an
we all
asshole
win.
in the situation.
fair enough. All right, on to our second story here. Cross-posted by another goat, and it's giving Christmas vibes, this story. So
Ooh,
It's giving. We're young.
this
we're
was
millennials.
Yeah.
or that's just old people using young people language now. That's
Yeah,
probably
maybe.
what it is.
How do you do, fellow kids?
I was gonna say I still got 4 months in my 20s.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going.
It's giving youth.
Fuck off,
Slay.
youths.
So this one cross-posted by Dog Midscore Vader. And the title for this one is, Am I the asshole for breaking up with my boyfriend after he gave me a crappy Christmas present?
Ooh. No. I gotta say no for that. I think there was a trend that I've seen like around Christmas time. It was like what, mom stocking or something like that?
Yep.
So I have a
Sienna and I
feeling
talked about this.
I have a feeling it's one of these situations. So yeah,
Mom
I'm gonna go
stalking.
not the asshole for that.
So
I don't know how
there's
to really explain it, but Josh probably does.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm a TikTok god. I'm on there a lot. Basically, what it was there's a bunch of TikToks coming out of men being, or there's one specific one where a guy was like holding an empty stocking and walked up to his wife and was like, "Oh, we got an extra stocking," and she's like, "No, that's mine." And apparently it's like it's a big thing where men just don't do stockings for their wives or girlfriends, but they expect their wives or girlfriends to do theirs. And so is this whole trend where, just another shitty thing some men do is just not, appreciating their wives.
Sick, dude. You're so cool, man. For
Yeah.
not loving your wife. That's awesome, man.
I gotta post this on TikTok and get thousands
sick.
of views. Just everyone clowning on him.
As they should.
Anyway, Sean, you didn't give your prediction, but let's hear it.
Oh yeah, I'm full unity with John as always.
I figured. All right. So I, female 28, broke up with my boyfriend, male 38, on Christmas Day after we exchanged gifts. I mean,
Okay.
I-
Over
I-
25? Over
they're
25?
25,
That's
Sean.
fine.
Yeah, it's
Over
fine.
25.
Fine.
Just
How
what-
long
how
you been
long
dating,
how
though?
long have you how long y'all been dating?
I gotta make that a button, I think.
How long y'all been dating?
How long y'all been dating, though? I have a lot going on. I'm moving houses and I'm dealing with a new job position that has me feeling that I have a lot to catch up on from the past director. I set my alarm very early in the morning last week and took the time to buy him and his daughter, female 16, presents that they could enjoy. To be fair, there's an income gap between us, but even a pair of affordable earrings could have made me feel happy. Because the house is a mess, I even closed off the living room with the curtains so that the stack of boxes and things wouldn't make the Christmas decorations look ugly, and I made sure the tree looked nice. I bought the food that he liked and made myself pretty for him. He arrived, and the first thing he did was make fun of my makeup.
God damn it. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
He also
boy.
made fun of my Santa hat, and he laughed at like I was some sort of ridiculous cartoon. I'd leave at that point, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, straight up.
And he's
The
entering
fuck?
your house, your home that you set up for him? Is that what it is?
I don't know if they
Or do they have
I-
a shared?
They might share a home. I'm not sure exactly. But either way, not a great thing to do.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
We ate and talked, and I gave him my present, which were AirPods, which he loved to the point of posting on Instagram. His daughter got her present, which was Hot Topic stuff, and I was very glad that she loved it. He took her back to her mom's house and didn't return in an hour, like he said. We were supposed to spend time together, but he came back about 3 hours later because her mother had visitors and he wanted to catch up.
Damn, he couldn't call or nothing?
Or text, anything.
Or something, yeah. Or
Yeah.
be like, hey, I'm going to be here for a while. Can I pick you up and, let's spend time there a little bit? Something.
Something. He sat watching TV and gave me zero affection. He gave me his present, which, to be honest, I would have preferred not to get anything. I'm not a drinker, and he got me a small bottle of wine that I seen marked down at $3 to $5 USD at the 7-Eleven. I know I wasn't at my
Damn.
best because he said my face changed. He has a job. He could have gotten something actually thinking of me. I felt horrible when he said he would give me an IOU and that the rest of my present was in his pants.
Oh.
Brother, you are 38 years old. You can't buy more than a $5 bottle. And it's not even the bottle of wine. It's just
You know
Something
your
that-
wife doesn't drink.
she doesn't drink. So
Yeah.
it's just not anything that she would like at all.
Yeah, that's like if Sienna was like, here's a pack of beer for you, Josh. Like, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I got you this nice bottle of whiskey. Well,
yeah.
okay. Thanks, I guess.
Like, you could make something, anything. And that
Honestly,
would be
he could have just
better.
fucking cleaned the house himself.
That too. Yeah.
That would have
Mhm.
been a much better gift.
Not been a dickhead walking into the house. Would have
Yeah.
been a great
Not,
start.
and not offering his dickhead as a present, too. Fucking
Yeah,
to
yeah.
add that.
Crazy to make fun of her makeup and then be like, "Oh yeah," and then my dick is the present. Okay,
Bro.
well, I don't
Ain't
think
nobody
she
want your fucking chode.
Yeah.
So I ignorantly thought it was some game. Maybe he had hid a small gift inside his pants. Nope. I was supposed to take his boy parts as a gift. I was furious. It was cheap, and while I'm very sexual, it wasn't sexy. It felt vulgar. I asked him to leave and thanked him for giving me the worst Christmas, and I took back my present. I cried after he left, and when he texted me if I was okay, I broke up with him and blocked him. His siblings have been trying to reach me. I blocked them all. One of them accused me of being materialistic and shallow, and also said that not everyone has a fancy job and that I'm unfair for expecting a certain level of gifting. So am I the asshole?
No,
No, obviously not.
absolutely
Also,
not.
you're 38. You could put more effort than a $3 bottle of wine from 7-Eleven. Again,
Yeah.
cleaning the house free would have been
Yeah.
a much better gift.
Making the dinner free. You could have done that.
Free. Well, I mean, the groceries, but I mean, still making the dinner free.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so many things gone wrong. If the boyfriend thinks it's solely because of the gift, he's already confirmed an idiot, but the even
Yeah.
more evidence of his idiocy is idiocracy? Idiocy? I don't know. Stupidity.
Yeah,
There's the word.
One of those words.
Yeah, one of them. One of them is real. Yeah, he's
Something
just all around.
personal at least.
Yeah. Well,
anything.
that's
a
it,
card.
right? Like,
You could handwrite a card
Mhm.
and be like,
yeah.
write a poem, do something.
Well,
So many
I don't know if
free
he's smart
gifts.
enough to do a poem, but
ChatGPT exists free.
Oh, that's true. Roses are
free.
red, violets are blue.
I'm saying.
I've got something in my pants for you. That's what he'd write.
At least it would have been handwritten. You know what I mean? Something.
I mean-
Anything is better than seeing the disappointment from the $3 bottle of wine and then making a joke.
A coupon book. Those are great.
Dude, I was gonna that's something that I wanted to add too. Like we've been there. Like I've been at some point where I was broke as a joke, like fucking
Yeah.
nothing in my bank account, right?
Yes, for sure.
And one day, one time for an anniversary gift, I told Julia, I was like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I literally have nothing. I paid for like so much shit, like I have nothing in my bank." But I gave her like a coupon book of like she loves back scratches, right? So she was like,
Oh, yeah.
I gave her like scratch passes, like as a present for her anniversary. And to this day, I was like, because we started doing this tradition like every night now, where her boss gifted her like cards where like you get to ask like questions about your partner just to get to know them. So one of the questions that popped out was just like, what was the best present you've ever received? So, you know, I told her like the present she got me at one point, and the when I asked her that question back, she was like, the very best present that I've ever gotten from you is getting those scratch passes. Like it was very personal, like it meant a lot to me, and I'm like, damn, that shit was fucking free, and that's one thing that she remembered. Something simple and easy as that you could do, my guy. And for you to just offer up your dick, that makes you a dick, you piece of shit. So
Yeah.
it's good that you got broken up.
That's an awesome story. And like that is perfect proof of like, you gave Juliet a gift that you know she's going to love. Like you know she loves back scratches. That's something she will ask for in the future. And it's like, hey,
Every night, what you mean?
well, what you, but now you can't complain about it because you got a coupon. She just goes, I got the coupon. You got to shut up and do it. So yeah, that's something like she enjoyed and you knew she would enjoy it. And it took like effort and like knowing your partner to come up with a gift. And that's all she's asking for is like some sort of effort.
Yep.
The bar is low and this guy still managed to limbo under it.
My God.
Yeah. So everyone said not the asshole. Interesting lower scored novel 997 said you didn't break up with him because you're materialistic. You broke up with him because he showed you disdain, contempt, dislike, disrespect, and disregard for you. And once they show it, there's no coming back from that. And the only criticism I have of that comment is that all of those words didn't start with a D. I think that would have been perfect, but it was so close.
You want a little bit of a alliteration?
Yeah,
Trying to bring it back 2024.
So close. I could have removed contempt and it would have been perfect. And then So Very Sleepy 81 says, honestly, as much as I believe that most situations aren't black and white, I kind of feel like this one is. He made fun of her. He made fun of her preparation and he liked the gift. He then proceeded to go and spend 3 hours elsewhere. He then also gave her a gift that I guarantee he stopped by and picked up at the gas station on the way back. This has nothing to do with being materialistic and everything to do with him showing you that he doesn't give a shit. I'm glad she took the AirPods back.
Oh, she did take the AirPods back?
Yeah. She said
She
took her
better?
gift back at the end.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
You can cancel that noise that you hear from his bitch ass.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. The daughter's innocent, so you can let her keep the gift.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
let
take
her
that
keep
back.
That would be a hot topic if you took it back.
Jesus Christ.
All right. And with that, we're going to hit our ad break so Sean doesn't kill John.
Explode.
We'll be right back. And we are back, boys. 2 for 2 on this one.
Love to see it.
I think you're perfect in the new year. I don't think you got one. Oh, you got one patron story wrong last week.
But that doesn't matter.
Doesn't
okay?
matter. Doesn't
You're
count.
Right. This next one we got cross-posted by, I believe, someone new. TJ Costin.
We should ask that every time. Do you listen, TJ Costa?
Do you listen, TJ?
Let us know.
It could also be
comment.
TJC Austin, but title for this one is, Am I the asshole for snitching on my sister because I was worried about her pregnancy?
You snitch
one's-
on someone when they're pregnant.
Maybe she didn't get to do her announcement yet. And then he told everybody before she was able to do the announcement. Maybe she was eating like one piece of raw sushi and he was like, wait.
All flipping out.
Or like
Slapped it
from The
over her hand.
Office.
Yeah.
Whenever when Michael,
You'll thank me later.
yeah, whenever he revealed to her entire family that she was pregnant before they got married.
Oh, I was thinking of when Dwight thinks the coffee's poison and he smacks it out of Kevin or Michael's hand or something like that.
Oh,
He's
no,
like,
no.
You'll thank me later. We were thinking of 2 different clips. That's
But both applicable.
With the grandma, right?
yeah.
But I think he did it at like the dinner in front of everybody, right?
at the wedding.
believe
yeah.
so.
That's what you're
Oh
talking
yeah,
about.
the
rehearsal
yeah,
dinner.
yeah.
God, what would John do? Because that's mostly what I'm worried about. And John has shown that he is not unity over anything.
That's true.
I'm going yes.
Asshole.
Seems
I
like
think.
cheating. Table talk or whatever they call it.
Text me on the side.
All I gotta say is snitches get stitches. So
Oh,
yes, asshole.
damn.
I'll say the pregnant, the expecting mother probably knows more about pregnancy than you. I would assume than OP.
That's probably true. I got to issue a trigger warning for this story, though. There is
Oh no.
discussion of miscarriage. So
Oh,
if that
no.
is not something you're comfortable listening to, just skip this story. We got timestamps in the show notes. So feel free to go to the next one. All right. So I'm 35 male. My sister is 22 female. Last year, she told me she was pregnant with her boyfriend, and I was the first, and at the time, only person she told. I promised not to tell anyone until she was ready. However, time passed and I got no news about her pregnancy. I knew she was still alive because of her social media feed, but I saw no signs of the pregnancy progressing, nor anyone else in our family saying anything about it. I tried to contact her, but she always ghosted me. She should have given birth in May of this year, but still no baby. After so long of not knowing about her or the baby, I decided to call a line here in Texas to ask for a wellness check on her and the baby. I got no response. In the months after, the rest of our family stopped talking to me without warning. Before Christmas, I got the call from her. Right after saying hello, she asked me if I called the cops on her. I said no, I called for a wellness check on her and the baby. I don't know what wellness checks are. Are those like
I
well-known
think that's
things?
essentially sending the cops.
Gotcha. I figured it was.
Yeah. Yeah. Fun fact. My neighbor called a wellness check on me at one time because I left the garage open for the like last 2 days, and I don't go outside ever. And it was during the
Right.
pandemic time too, so like we never went out. So I forgot to close the garage for 2 days, and then like the third day, a policeman knocked at my door. He was just like, "Hey, is everything okay?" I'm like, "Why won't everything be okay?" And he's just like, "Oh, your neighbor was concerned because your garage has been open the whole time." I was like, "Oh my God, I just forgot it." And then he was like, "Okay, have a good day." And just
What a-
close the door.
Weird reason to call. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess like your neighbors may be looking out for you, but
maybe.
also
Or
like,
they're just
knock on
nosy.
the door. Maybe I don't know. This is
Maybe.
COVID,
It's
though.
during
I guess it was
COVID
different.
times,
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about that. Okay, that's good to know. I actually didn't know what this was, so that is good to know.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that there's like been talks where like, why do we send cops on wellness checks when they are not like, you need to be sending like
ambulance or therapist. Yeah.
just like not somebody with a gun immediately for a wellness check. I feel like it's unnecessary.
Yeah, it's not like
I do watch
mission. You know what I mean?
I do watch. Again, this is me showing my true crime stuff, but like I always watch true crime stories, and every time it's a wellness check, it always turns out really bad.
Oh no. Okay. Well, this one doesn't turn out much better, I think. So.
Oh Jesus.
He tells her that he called for a wellness check on her and the baby. She then started crying and telling me that the police came to her house and she was charged with being suspected of having an illegal abortion. The baby actually miscarried in January and she was having a rough time and was now being questioned about it. She told me the charges were dropped, but she was with our mom at her place when the police came and it was traumatizing for her. He puts traumatizing in quotes, but it actually probably was.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
you fucking
fuck
dickhead.
this guy.
Yeah. And that she had to then explain everything to our mom, who had no idea about any of this. I couldn't even finish telling my side of the story when she hung up. I called our mom to ask her what that was about, and she told me it was for the better if I didn't come for Christmas. I feel like I'm being shunned for having a reasonable worry and doing what was at my disposal to care for my sister and nephew or niece. I don't think it's fair, but I have to ask, am I the asshole?
Yeah.
Yes. And also
Yeah,
the state of Texas, you suck too. This is why I could never have a family here.
I mean, that one lady had to go out of state to get an abortion.
Yeah.
Horrible.
It's awful.
And it was a miscarriage. Like she probably didn't want that. And the fact that she's so traumatized about it. My guy, like, I just want to like find out, like, does this person like live out of state or something? Like, why couldn't they drive and do their own wellness check or have a family or call the mom and be like, hey, can you check on my sister? And like, it seems like the mom is around the area. Why couldn't he contact like a family member first instead of doing a wellness check with a police officer? That doesn't fucking make sense. Like, yes, the resource is available. I give you that, but you should know in a state where that's enforced, why are you going to stick a cop to your sister already? Like, that's
Just
fucking
don't stick
idiotic.
a cop on it, like, for
Anybody.
reason. Just mind your own fucking business.
ACAB,
really.
baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. But yeah, just like mind your own fucking business. Okay. If you don't see the baby on the social media, safe to assume everything is fine. And if it's not any of your business. If you are truly worried, like John said, then you bring it up and snitch to your mom. Be like, okay, I'll probably get shit for this, but she told me she was pregnant. I haven't seen anything. She's ghosting me. Have you heard anything? I mean,
At least that's valid.
Like, yeah, like
That's a valid ask. Like, that's a valid concern to ask family members about that.
yeah, it's just like, why ever get cops involved in things is beyond me with this. With this,
With something
I guess,
like
Something so small.
yeah.
It's not a small thing, but like he made it a big thing because he called the police. But it's your family member. You should be able to reach out to them, and if you can't get a hold of them, then either drop it because they don't want to talk about it because you can tell she's still okay, she's still around. That's all that should matter to you. And then if you are really, really concerned, like you said, going through another family member is perfectly valid.
If you're so damn curious yourself, you fucking go and check on your sister.
Or that, yeah. I will say, I think he clarifies that he is out of state.
Okay. Well.
So, I mean, not as easy, but you could still, there are other ways to do this. There is some edits, and also it addresses a lot of the stuff you were bringing up there, John. So a lot of it's justifying his need to call and check in on his sister. He does clarify he didn't mention anything about an abortion on the wellness check, just that his sister probably has a very young baby. So it kind of gives it away when she doesn't actually have one. I don't know. Anyway. And then he goes on to say, and I'm not really aware of the Texas law on reproduction rights. I'm not in the business of knowing every law that comes up. It's not something that gets talked about a lot in my circle. People have lives to live and not being all day on the internet raging about laws that probably won't even affect them.
Well, it obviously did,
you see how it affected. You see how that's a dumb argument right off the bat, bud.
Yeah, immediately. You're an idiot. And then he just says, I'm clearing this up for people who think I actually wanted my sister to get arrested. But as you said, terrible argument. This is why you should be an informed person in society, because any one of your family members could be affected by any of these laws. Now, I mean, there's nitty gritty laws that you should probably have to know, but like this is a big law, and it was big in the news for a very, very long time. And the fact that you didn't know is pretty ignorant of you, I'd say.
I feel like the fact that he didn't know must mean that there's not a lot of like women in his life. Just be friends with people from all different kinds of circles. It'll broaden your information. It sounds like you're just friends with a bunch of, if I had to assume, like libertarian bros.
Well, Reddit deemed asshole. I don't even know if I had to say that, but they did. And with that, we're out of the trigger warning for everyone coming back into the timestamp. That's what they're called. Fuck. I'm so tired. This next one we got is cross-posted by Unwilled, which I think is also a new poster.
Are you listening, Unwilled?
The title of this one is, "Am I the asshole for reporting my Tinder date to the FBI?"
God damn.
Talking about calling the cops on someone. John, you're up first.
All right. I'm using my my background here as an investigator in the past. So there's only a few reasons why you would do something like this. It has to probably concern with like national security. So you're probably the person that you're dating is posing some threat to some sort of security for you to actually report to the FBI. Because if you actually report to the FBI and waste their resource, they're gonna fucking come for your ass. So it has to be something major. So I'm gonna go not the asshole for the reasons that I said.
Okay. And Sean, what are you thinking?
And unity above all else.
Is that what you're thinking before John said it? Or
I was thinking, the FBI is such a huge, it's gotta be bad.
It's a huge jump. It's a huge step.
jump.
Yeah, like not even the cops. Like this requires the FBI. Like you have to I assume you have to Google the number. That's not like a 911 where you can just sick the cops on somebody. This is something that you premeditated. Like you had to search for it and then
you really had to think about it.
Yeah, you really had a lot of steps to where you could have been like, not worth it, but it must have been worth it for you to go through with it.
It's either this guy was like, oh yeah, I'm about to shoot up a place or some shit, or like I have the code for some bombs or weapons or some shit, like something crazy and egregious for you to skip the police and go straight to the damn Federal Bureau of Investigation. It's got to be some crazy ass story.
So I, 27 female, recently went on a Tinder date with this guy, 32 male, who works at a nuclear power plant.
Ooh.
He seemed interesting over text, but the actual date turned out to be a complete nightmare. He showed up 45 minutes late, no apology, and just starts bragging about his job as a shift leader in the control room. 45. I don't know if I'd wait for someone for 45 minutes.
I was about to say, I think I would have
Hell
dipped.
no.
Unless it was a restaurant I really wanted and was craving.
The way I'd be so full from bread, just waiting.
True.
I would have ordered. I would not have.
I think so
Fuck
too.
yeah, hell yeah.
At 15 minutes, I'm ordering. I'm sorry. I hate to say it.
No text
Damn,
or
you're-
call.
Hey, bro, you're too kind. 5 minutes in, I'm like, motherfucker, I'm hungry. I'm on time. You better be.
Bring the apps. Let's go.
I treat it
Hell
like a
yeah.
reservation at a restaurant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. His attitude was really off-putting. He talked about having power over midgets and vermin. And by that, he meant people in general, which was really disturbing. He ranted about how much he hates everyone he sees and how he wants to cause chaos and destruction. I tried to steer the conversation to something else, but he kept fixating on his job. Then things got really worse. He started bragging about knowing how to trigger a reactor core
Fucking knew it.
meltdown, laughing
Knew it.
about it like it was some kind of joke.
This is like Homer Simpson pressing the red button.
Exactly. I couldn't tell if he was serious, but it totally freaked me out. It seemed like he was getting a kick out of the idea of using his position to cause a catastrophe. I ended the date early, went home, and couldn't stop thinking about what he said. Was he trying to impress me in a sick way, or could he really be dangerous? After a lot of thought, I decided to report him to the FBI. I figured it's better to be safe than sorry, right? But now I'm second guessing myself. Some of my friends said I did the right thing, but others say I should have just ignored it since he was probably joking. I can't shake the feeling I might be overreacting. and, and potentially ruin someone's career over a bad joke. So Reddit, am I the asshole for reporting my Tinder date to the FBI?
No, I'm gonna go with no.
Yeah.
I think people got to understand the gravity of the situation when it comes to like those types of jobs. Like everyone's seen what happened in Chernobyl. Everyone knows saw what happened in Fukushima. Anything that have to do with nuclear, bad. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that you did the right thing, and you went with your gut feeling, and that's all you can do at this point. And yes, if he's bragging about having control over everyone, how he hates everyone, and how he has access to all this shit, yeah, dude, this guy sounds like a fucking
it's
crazy ass dude.
Not
so.
giving me a good feeling in my gut.
Nah, absolutely. So yeah, I agree. Fucking snitch on him.
Yeah, I also agree. Not the asshole. And like my whole point of basis would be like, if he actually went through with it, could you live with yourself for not doing anything? You know what I mean?
Right.
And
That part.
I would not be able to. So I also would have I probably would have, I don't know. Yeah, I guess the FBI, that's pretty big. But my thing is, how do you prove that? You know what I mean? How do you prove that he said all those things?
Well, they do their own investigation, so maybe he said it to other people. They call presumably people around him. I don't know how the FBI works, to be honest.
Same.
It's like the same way they try to like flag people, like they'll probably check his like online history if like how they try to do with people who happen to do like, mass shootings. They try to see if there's any like red flags.
Yeah, and they've shown how incompetent they are at stopping people despite all the red flags. It's crazy.
Yep.
All we can do is hope that he did lose his job and his life is ruined.
Hopefully, because he sounded like a shit person regardless of the threatening stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like he doesn't deserve the job regardless of if he was being for real about blowing that shit up.
Yeah, it kind of scares me that people like that are in positions of like power.
Oh, and they're everywhere, brother. They're everywhere.
I know. It scares me though. So everyone said not the asshole. And then Bunsmar kind of reiterated what you guys said. I'd weigh how bad I feel reporting it for no actual risk. First, not reporting it, and then he does something. Also, a bunch of people would probably be thrilled to get a better shift leader anyway.
Exactly right.
I think that is 100% true.
What a great nuclear revenge.
True. Damn it. I took one of your stories, guys. I'm sorry. All right. Well, before Sean overreacts, I'll reuse it. We're going to hit an ad break and be right back. And we're back for our final story of the day, unless you're a patron. And this one's a bit of a doozy, guys. We got some updates. It originates from Best of Redditor updates, of course. But it was cross-posted on our subreddit by Retinal Mastered O's. And the title is, Am I the Asshole for Throwing Out My Girlfriend's Dolls?
Yes, 1,000%.
Yes.
Okay, that was quick.
Not yours to throw away, brother.
I have a feeling it's one of them expensive collectibles too. So we probably...
And even if it's not, if they're shitty old stuffed animals,
that's her shit.
Yeah, not your shit to throw away.
What if she stole the dolls from other people?
Well, then I'll call the FBI. She's a doll
finders keepers. Call the FBI.
As someone who has stolen Yu-Gi-Oh cards, it's fine. They'll live. Those kids probably had too many stuffed animals as it was. Play your sound.
True.
Like them kids.
I forget which one it is. I think it's this one.
You need to take a long look in the mirror,
bud.
Nope. That's the one that got played. So that's it.
We tried our best.
All right. So my 24 male girlfriend, 23 female, and I have been together long distance for 3 years. We just moved in together. I moved across the country for her after finishing college. I always knew my girlfriend liked creepy shit, like haunted houses and scary movies, but I didn't realize she likes to collect creepy shit. I'd seen her apartment over video call, but there was one thing she'd neglected to show me. A fucking shelf of creepy ass dolls. When I was walking through the apartment for the first time, I noticed it in the corner of the living room, and holy shit. I asked her, and she said she liked thrifting for old, abandoned dolls, cleaning them and getting them new clothes, doing their hair, then throwing them on the shelf. Then She started introducing me to them. ... They all had names, and there were a couple really rough ones that she said she had since she was a kid, or were her mom's, or some were her grandmother's. The other 4 were thrifted.
I gotta say, when they are named, you didn't think. At what point of this do you think, yeah, I'm gonna trash these?
Oh yeah,
These
I gotta
gotta
throw.
go.
These gotta go. She has names for them, bro. Of course she's gonna be upset when you trash them.
Why weren't you scared of throwing away? If she likes this type of shit, she probably hexed your ass, bro.
And also, like, they're her moms and grandmas, right? So it's like doubly bad. These are like
it's also
heirlooms.
heirloom. Yeah.
Yeah. She said the ones she thrifts and gets into good enough shape, she gives to disadvantaged kids at the daycare she works at. She only keeps the ugly ones. I thought I'd be okay with it, but every morning I just dread looking at them. They make me so fucking uncomfortable. I tried buying her squishmallows, thinking she could collect something normal instead. She loved them, but she is still all about the dolls. I hate that he's like, I want to do something normal. Like, well, then you don't love your girlfriend. I don't understand this. Break up.
Something that she's clearly passionate about, and be like, yeah, but have you tried squishmallows though? These are pretty cool, huh?
This
You
is
love
normal.
creepy, scary dolls?
Squishmallows are cool though.
Okay, yeah, okay, but if you're into creepy, scary dolls, let's hard pivot to the exact opposite of fucking squishmallow.
To be fair, he did say she still loved them, so I don't know, but like
She's probably just a normal person that will love any gift given by their loved one.
yeah, well, that's true too. Yeah, that could be what it is. I then suggested she give them up to kids at her daycare or display them at her daycare instead, but she was worried they'd
Boom.
be damaged.
Sorry. Boom. Another reason why he doesn't listen. She only gives the kids the nice looking toys. If anything, she's going to give the kids the fucking brand new Squishmallows that you got her.
True.
She's already proven the point that like, oh, like I keep the shitty ones and I give all the good ones away.
And to be honest, it's probably something that is just like, these dolls remind me of like my grandma's and my mom's dolls, and so I keep them.
This guy sucks.
Yeah. But she said she was worried they'd be damaged or taken home by kids by accident. I think she realized I didn't like them, so she asked if I wanted to move them into the closet, and I said yes. I thought that would be it. So she even compromised, putting them somewhere else, where you don't have to see them every day. Well, one of my friends flew out to visit, and when we were hanging out, he dropped a bowl of popcorn. I asked him to grab the vacuum out of the closet, and he almost shit his pants. The dolls' heads all poked out of the boxes, and their creepy little eyes stared into his soul. Horror movie shit. I was so embarrassed, and my girlfriend was apologetic, but had a bit of a laugh. Honestly, that was the last straw. Those fucking things wouldn't leave me the fuck alone. This dude is crazy.
Bro, fuck your friend. He's visiting your place. So like, don't fucking matter. It's
Sounds
her
like
house.
a bitch.
Yeah.
Smell like bitch in here.
The next day, which is today, is garbage day. So I took the box out and tossed it while my girlfriend was away. It's gone. My girlfriend came home and I started sweating. I love how he's like, immediately I broke down. I was sweating. I told my friends we were leaving to get dinner. She's been calling and texting, but I want to give her time to cool off. My friend is saying I'm a bit of a jerk, but I genuinely feel like I had to do it. Am I the asshole?
yes.
Duh.
Oh.
Fuck you.
Yeah, this guy sucks.
Were you saying doll?
Yeah.
You ass. You
You
absolute
suck too, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for all the reasons you guys said, it's not your stuff to throw away. And on top of all of this, she's compromised with you at every step of the way and has been like, oh yeah, I'll just like put them in the closet so you don't have to see them.
The way that, especially because he's ignoring all the calls and texts, the way I would take all of his shit and fucking just
Eat it.
Throw him away.
Yeah.
all of it out, especially because this is her place. It sounds like you moved in after college. Like this is
Yes, that's what
already
happened.
her home. You are a guest. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I would throw it all away. All of it. Burn it. I
Yeah.
would
then
throw
we'll-
all of
then-
it away.
Curse you afterwards.
This is the start of the start of this is a good like horror movie where he just starts going crazy from the dolls and loses his mind. But it's
Don't give him any ideas. He's gonna be like, yeah, they made me do it. They
True, I'm
talked to
giving him
the
a scapegoat.
Yeah, you're giving it a plan.
Damn, I was gonna say, but in reality, he's just an asshole.
The way I would just follow this guy and find out his address and just put like little bits of like a piece of doll like at a random place just for you to see it.
Yeah,
I'd be like, well, they followed you. And I just fucking gaslight the fuck out of him.
He would be homeless if it were me. I wouldn't change the locks. It would be done. It'd be over. I'd be very upset, especially the ones from my fucking grandmother.
Yes. Yeah, that's insane. Now there is some additional comments from the OP, and there is a bit of an update afterwards. So I think you missed that I'm the one who moved for her, even though she has no families left here, so she could keep her job at the daycare because she loves it. I understand now how it was an asshole move, but it was the best thing for her, and she needs to make sacrifices too. I left my I left my actual family to be with her. She'll get over it, but I'm not too worried that she'll break up with me after being together for 3 years because I threw out her toys.
Boy,
So, just
prepare to be single and homeless.
Is there another update?
There's another comment here. These are just these aren't even updates. These are just comments to clarify some shit. And they make it significantly worse. This one,
oh my god,
also is worse. I don't really understand how they even remind her of her mom. She was only 3 when her mom died. Her grandma raised her and recently passed away too. I get it now from all the people saying it here. I'm an asshole. I wish I could take back what I did, but I can't. I'm going back to the apartment now to apologize. Too little too late, you fucker.
I would be so happy if that was like his last comment or post ever because he fucking got murdered.
He got murdered by the dolls.
I don't frequently ask for crazy shit like that, but I wouldn't feel bad if that was the case.
Yeah.
I wish Chucky was one of the dolls.
Yeah.
For real. Some fucking haunted ass shit.
We can only call for murder when it's, out of this realm. That's when,
supernatural murder.
But yeah, to be like, oh, like her mom died and then her grandma raised her and then recently passed away. And then I just threw out all of those connections to them is fucking.
How do you, I don't understand how some people type shit like that and then just be like,
not realize things.
I'm not the asshole, right? He said, how could he even remind her of her mother? She died when she was 3. How do you type that and be
then
like,
her
that's
mom,
good to send?
And her grandma just died like a few months before.
That's good to send.
What the
Let's do that.
Yeah. This guy
is I
messed
hope
up.
Broke up with you.
Yeah. So there is an update. I went home and my girlfriend asked me where her dolls were. She'd had a bad day and I assumed that I moved them somewhere after they spooked my friend, but she really wanted them because they're comforting for her. I sat her down and told her the truth. To be honest, I expected to be yelled at. It would have been almost easier, but instead she started sobbing. It reminded me of when her grandma died. I think that's when it sunk in how bad I fucked up. That's when it sunk in. Fuck. I slept on the couch with my friend, and today I swore to do everything I could to correct my massive fuck up. Unfortunately, there's no way we could possibly get the originals back. They would have ended up compacted and headed to a massive landfill outside the city. So I texted my girlfriend what kind of dolls they were. Most of them she knew, but one of her grandmother's dolls was handmade. So that one, obviously, I can't replace. I started scouring the internet looking for antique shops, thrift shops, pawn stores, etc. I ordered a couple online that were the same as the one she had and found one similar to the one she had at one of the stores. I didn't realize how expensive dolls were. She hasn't broken up with me yet, but I'm now expecting it after what everyone has told me. I'm sleeping on the couch again tonight, and I'm looking to book a flight home. I'm planning on continuing to pay my half of the rent for the year since she doesn't make much, and I'll be living with my parents. If she asks for money to try and replace the dolls, I'll pay for it. It's the least I can do. It's too little too late.
It's too late.
At the very least, he's at least come to realization very, very late.
So late.
But he seems at least, worse people would have not cared about searching for the dolls or paying for the rent after he moves out. So I mean, there are worse people. Maybe death was wished upon him too soon. But
It was
I will
supernatural death, though.
say, yeah,
so
it was
it's fine.
supernatural death, so it's fake. It's fake. But I will say, yeah, too little, too late. I'm glad he realizes that it's over. But yeah, what a fucking dumb mistake. Was it fucking worth it? They were in the closet and they scared you.
Because now you're paying for it more.
Well, Sean, there are some more comments here. So final comments from OP.
Oh, God.
We talked and she hadn't forgiven me, but wanted to make it work. I made the mistake of showing her this Reddit account and she ended up changing her mind. She broke up with me, but is letting me stay on the couch until I'm able to transfer.
She's too nice.
For real. I would have trashed everything while you were gone, ignoring my texts.
Yeah, especially like reading the comments that he wrote earlier. Yeah, you'd be out. It shouldn't take long since I've been with my job for a while and only transferred to the city recently, so I'll be flying back to my hometown early next week. She's going to be trying to find similar dolls, and we agreed that she'd send me the receipts and I'd send her the money to reimburse her. That's the end of it, I guess. My family isn't really sentimental, so I don't understand her connections to the dolls. My parents threw out all my toys when I was young. When I told my parents, they told me I did the right thing, since my ex-girlfriend never had anyone to throw her toys out for her.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yo, you're raised by idiots.
Yeah, it's not entirely your fault.
Unfortunately. He goes on to say, I told them that was a really messed up thing to say because I had realized my mistake at the time, but they were still stuck in their ways and just said, well, you turned out fine, didn't you?
Nope.
Obviously not. He's fucking getting kicked out.
And they got mad that I was implying they were bad parents. She ended up dumping me, and I now know better, even though it's too late. My ex-girlfriend told me that she appreciated that I knew what I did was wrong now, even though it was too late. She broke up with me, and I'm going back to my hometown at the end of the week. And that is the end of that story. What a... yeah. So
I mean, it's
kind of
good that he... Yeah, but it's also kind of good that he stood up and made them realize that, hey, you guys were kind of fucked up for saying that. And maybe I'm being hopeful, and this is very rare for me. Maybe he has like a good arc going on.
There's
for him,
a redemption
like a character
arc
development.
Yeah. I hope so. It sucks
I hope
that
so too.
She had to be a lesson for him because that's terrible. Like she's now lost those dolls forever.
Yeah.
And like one of the closest people in her lives for 3 years. So, yeah, I feel for OP's ex. I hope she can find as many dolls as she can and find someone that appreciates that and will help her thrift shop for the creepy dolls. Because that's a cool hobby. I like when people have unique hobbies. You know,
the way I would be overpaying for these dolls. Like, oh, you could have it for 200. I'd really like to pay you 4. I'd really like to double that. I'll pay 3,000.
You know how negotiation works, right? I know. I understand.
I know.
Yeah. Fuck those parents, and then fuck him as well for the original mistake. But
we're praying for the comeback, the redemption.
Hopefully
he's a good person going forward. All right, that is it, Wikimaniacs, for this episode. What did you think? Were these people assholes? Let us know down in the comments on YouTube, Discord, or our subreddit. If you want to hear an absolutely unhinged story, go check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network.
We were too stunned to speak for a little bit. It was maybe terrible for the audio listeners, but I'm sure if you're watching video, it was enjoyable.
We'll just say you'd be pissed off for missing out.
Oh,
yes, you'll be very pissed off. But go to patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network. You get that as well as bonus episodes and extra stories every Friday and Monday. Thank you, Sean and John, for coming on and giving your takes. And thank you, Wikimaniacs, for another amazing episode. We'll see you on Monday.
We'll
2 perfect weeks in a row, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We're going to keep it up.
Unity.
We're going to keep staring at you in the camera. How you doing?
Get therapy.